Hello everyone, it's me, Lamer Gamer. Hope you're all doing well. Now today's video is another Sea of Thieves walkthrough of the 5th tall tale, Wild Rose, which means you will have completed the 4th one, The Stars of a Thief. If you haven't, there's a link to it up above and you can follow that and find all the journals and the step-by-step guide there. However, if you have completed The Stars of a Thief, you're in the right video. This walkthrough is going to show you how to complete it, not once but twice with 2 different types of stories, as well as find all of the locations for the journals. Don't forget, I'm a member of the Sea of Thieves creator crew, so sail on over there and have a look at the content I've posted on there. And if you want to see me live in action, head on over to my Twitch channel and you can see me streaming live regularly during the week. If you do like this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as hit the little bell so you'll know every time I post a new guide or a review or anything else like that on my YouTube channel. Now, let's set sail. To start the tall tale, Wild Rose, you'll need to head to Sanctuary Outpost where you'll need to speak to Madame Olive. You can find the tall tale book to the left of her on a small table. Once you and your crew have all voted for the tall tale, it will begin. Once you've gotten through the tall tale introduction, you will be given a journal with various stories in it, referring to Rose and George and their love. The section we're interested in at the moment is the one that shows the chest of secrets and tells you where it is buried. Once you've established this, you'll need to find the island. In this case, it was Sandy Shallows. Once at the island, I had to reread the journal to locate the dig site. In this case, it was on the northernmost rocks. Once I'd fully dug the chest up, I had to open it and take the lover's notes, which gave me additional stories for this tall tale. Bring the chest back to the boat and then read through the new stories you'd been given after you'd found the lover's notes. For this run of the tall tale, we were given Doing What I Do Best and Our First Bounty. The story Doing What I Do Best took me to Boulder Cay. Once at Boulder Cay, I had to identify the section of the island that matched with the drawing in the journal. Once I did this, I then dug and found George's spices. Once you've dug up the spices, return to the boat and carry on with the second tale. The second tale, Our First Bounty, takes us to Lone Cove. You will have to look back through the journal to identify where their first bounty was, and as you can see, Lone Cove. The story wants you to retrace its steps. However, the quickest way to do this is to head to the west side of the island, find Deadshot Charlotte, and then find the tree and boulder north of her and dig there, and you will find the music box. Once you have both the music box and the spice box, you'll need to return to Sanctuary Outpost where you will need to give them to Madame Olive. Once you have given both items to Madame Olive, she will begin performing some form of magical ritual. I do highly recommend that you do not sell the chest of memories, as you will need to carry 2 items again later on in the story. Once the ritual is complete, pick up the enchanted compass.
This compass will lead the way towards Wild Rose and George, wherever they may be. Please do whatever it takes to get them home safely so they can finally have their wedding day.
The enchanted compass will point you in the direction of the first of 2 different islands you need to head to. I would suggest when you get close to an island to do a slight circle of it to ensure that the compass is pointing at it, because several times I ended up landing on an island that the compass was pointing at, only to find that it was pointing at an island behind it. Once you have found the island, continue to follow the compass to locate Rose or George. When we were close, we heard this weird violin music which signified that we were close to Rose. Once we discovered Rose, we had to collect her pendant and her notes that are in the skeleton's hand. Bring the pendant back to the boat and then look at your enchanted compass, as it will now have a new bearing for a second island. Once at the new island, I would suggest loading your gun and taking some food with you, as you are going to fight a small skeleton boss. You will be able to identify the correct island because you will hear some dialogue from a character called Rook. You will find Rook by following your compass. Once you have found Rook and her skeleton crew, you will need to kill all of them. Once Rook has been defeated, she will drop George's pendant. Collect the pendant and, yes, you guessed it, bring it back to the boat. With both pendants on board, you will need to turn your sights to the final destination of this tall tale, which is, you guessed it, Sanctuary Outpost and Madame Olive. Just so you know, this is why you don't want to sell the chest, because you'll have to carry each pendant individually, like I did. Once you've given both pendants to Madame Olive, she'll perform a ritual and release their spirits. Once Rose and George have hugged and disappeared into the distance, the tall tale will be complete. So you've completed the tall tale once. Now I'm going to do something I don't normally do in these walkthroughs, which is show you a second time around, because when I went to complete the tall tale with the journals, I got 2 completely different stories to complete. So here they are. On the second attempt at the tall tale, we survived our first ambush. This took us to Cove, where we had to head to the east side of the island and dig at a spot that was shown in the drawing on the story. The second story, Our First Dance, took us to Wanderer's Refuge, where we had to locate a tree on the west side of the island and then recreate the steps. Now remember that when it says left 2, 3, it is talking about 3 steps, not 2 steps. And there you have it, you've learned to complete this tale in not one way, but 2 different ways. And now for the second part of the video, where I'm going to show you all of the journal locations. Remember, you need to start the tall tale in order for the journals to spawn, and for them to count towards the commendation for finding them. Here we go. The 5 journals for this tall tale can be located at Sailor's Bounty, Lone Cove, Boulder Cay, Cannon Cove, and the Lagoon of Whispers. For the first journal, I headed to Sailor's Bounty, where I would have to swim to one of the smaller islands off of the main island, and I found the journal on the shore next to a load of broken barrels and debris. The second journal is located on Lone Cove. If you head to the giant rock in the centre of the island, look for a flower on the east side of the rock, and you will find the journal next to it. Rapier Cay is a small island, and you will find the journal in a set of pots and pans next to a load of barrels in the centre of the island. Journal number 4 is located at Cannon Cove next to the base camp by the northwest pier. You will find it underneath a broken barrel that was probably used as a stool or a bench. The fifth journal is located on the southeast side of the Lagoon of Whispers, next to a load of lanterns on top of a barrel. Once you've read the fifth and final journal, you will receive the commendation. And there you have it. You have the complete walkthrough for Wild Rose. Now, don't forget, if you did like this video, please hit subscribe and don't forget to hit the little bell so you know every time I post a new walkthrough or guide. Also, I stream regularly on Twitch, so you can find me on there. And also you can find me on the other social media platforms as well. But in the meantime, you take care and I'll see you online. Cheers.